Okay, hi, this is Mary McCauley with Keller Williams in Westford, and I'm here with Sal Buonacore, who is the owner of Paul's Diner. I'm a big fan of Paul's, love it for breakfast, spend a lot of my time having breakfast there. If I go out anywhere, it's to Paul's Diner for breakfast. They also do lunch. Paul's, been a big supporter of me and my Pasta for Patriots initiative. He was generous enough to donate the space, and we had a really nice dinner for veterans there this past Veterans Day,
Mary, can I
and the
stop
food
you
was
one
great.
second?
So
You're,
anyway, Sal, I just wanted to, see how you're doing, and maybe you want to introduce yourself and tell us how things are going.
sure. So, as Mary said, my name is Sal Buonacore. I Paul's Diner almost 2 years ago now, being a customer there for 18 years. And, over the past, year and a half, 2 years, we've put a lot of time, effort, and energy into the diner to make it a better experience for the customers, better food, fresher ingredients, things like online ordering, fixed up the place, things of that nature. So obviously, when this whole thing came about, it was kind of we were on a roll. Put it that way. We were doing well. We were doing a lot of things that we wanted to do. To your point, we were increasing our lunch crowd tremendously.
Yeah.
The catering was picking up. The use of the function room was really picking up. We have good relationships with the Westford School District, so a lot of the teams were having their banquets and award ceremonies there, and word was getting out that it was some good homemade Italian food for catering at a much cheaper price than you would normally find. So things were really rolling until the pandemic hit. And so there are a lot of people out there in much worse situations than myself and my family in the diner. I know it's been hard on everybody, but we've had to kind of take a step back and reevaluate.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing differently? Like, what are you doing right now for business?
So right now it's takeout only. Obviously, we've decided to stay open and do takeout only. We still will deliver catering, and we will deliver bigger meals, family style meals, for anyone who is interested, especially after hours. I've only been able to keep 2 people on board, which is the sad thing. We have 30 plus employees in the diner.
Oh, wow.
To only be able
Yeah,
to
and
keep
long-term employees too. They've been around.
long-term employees. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a big adjustment, and we've had to try to find ways to increase our takeout. A lot of people love coming to Paul's and sitting down,
True.
but we've done things like pizza. Started making, which diners are really not known for, but we started making pizza, and the people who have tried it have liked it, and that's caught on a little bit.
Yep, I'm one of those. That was I ordered the
That's
pizza.
right.
It was
That's
great. The
right.
kids loved it.
Thank you. We've also thought about things like getting, people love our sandwiches. Well, they don't have to come buy a sandwich, but we've tossed around the idea of slicing our meats and cheeses and selling, a half a pound or a pound of roast beef with a couple of baguettes, and people can have them for the week to make sandwiches for their family, instead of having to worry about going to the supermarket and waiting on a line or being amongst big crowds or whatever their reservations might be. So there are a lot of ideas like that we're trying to kind of throw around and see if it's worth our while.
Okay. And then, so what are your thoughts about reopening, or what do you, I know it's kind of out of your control, but have you thought about what you're going to do differently, or?
Yeah, I have. And Paul's in general, from what I think and from what the employees think, and a lot of people who have visited us and who have seen the place, we're a pretty clean restaurant to begin with. We take pride in how clean the place is, the restrooms, everything about it. But this kind of took it to a whole nother level where we're now doing a lot more cleaning and sanitizing, and things like the iPads that we used to kind of hand around for customers to sign on the iPads, or even the point of sale system. So now things like that are being wiped down in between every usage, where before, we would take care of them at the end of the day.
Right.
But now it's every time someone has to sign with their finger on the pad, before they do, we're spraying down a cloth and wiping down the pad before they sign. And I think those kinds of things will continue even when we reopen.
Yeah, and with your restaurant area, your dining area, it's not like everyone's on top of each other.
Right.
The spacing is pretty good. You have the booths, which seems to be, a little bit
Right,
more
right.
space in
And
between.
that was kind of my next point, is we have that whole function room that
Right.
seats another 40 people. And to be honest with you, we only really use it on Saturday and Sunday for overflow. But
hmm
the way it seems things are going, we might have to seat, one person in the main dining room, one table in the function room, and go back and forth so that we can have more spacing in between customers and the tables. So we're fortunate that way, where we do have the space already. We don't have to build anything out.
Right. So you'll be ready.
We'll be ready for
Yeah.
sure. Sure.
Good. Good. Because I think people will be ready to come back.
Great. Great.
So most importantly, though, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this and talk to you is, besides loving Paul's Diner, but what can people do to help you right now?
Um, well, there's a couple of quick things I'll mention, and then one I just want to get into a little bit more detail. So a great thing is to obviously buy gift cards. To buy them now helps the cash flow for the diner.
Okay.
And then later on, when things are great and we're booming again, feel free to come back in and use them, because it'll be a much better time than it is now. But gift cards are a very easy way to boost revenue.
Okay.
The other thing is, we do have our shirts there, our merchandise there, which people can come in and purchase as well. That's a way to boost some revenue. But the thing we're doing now, which, and I won't take too much of your time, but we're part of an organization called Operation Feed the Soul. And what they're doing is they're collecting money through donations. And then they're turning around and using local restaurants to then cater breakfast, lunch, and dinner to all of our frontline workers.
Wow.
So I got involved with them about a week and a half ago through a common acquaintance. And so basically, I posted it on the Facebook page. It's on the website. People can Venmo the two organizers as far as donations go. And then they turn around and they use that money to support a diner like mine. And we then go ahead and cater breakfast or lunch. So quick example, they ordered 25 egg sandwiches for Leahy.
Wow.
So they pay me for the egg sandwiches. I throw in hash browns as my donation, and New England Coffee, who we do business with, donates coffee, and then we deliver it to the hospital. And so we started about a week and a half ago. We probably had 2 deliveries. All the way to today, we had 7. And so today we were at Leahy, we were at Winchester, we were at Harvard Vanguard. We've also done the police stations, the fire stations, the post offices in Chelmsford and Westford, places like that. So it's helping me. We're helping the frontline workers. Other people are donating. Money's being donated. People are feeling good about it.
Right.
It's a real good cause, and that's helped us definitely stay afloat.
Yeah, I did see that on Facebook. So speaking about Facebook and your, so people can get the most up-to-date information from you on Facebook, would you say, or?
Yeah. I mean, before the diner, I was not a Facebook person, but I've gotten a little bit more comfortable with it, and my daughter's a pro, so she helps me. But yeah, I would say the website, the Facebook page for sure. our menus online. A good thing about Paul's too is when we bought the diner a couple of years ago, one thing we decided to do was have online ordering. Because I
Right.
know when I worked in the corporate world, if I couldn't go on the computer and order something online, I didn't order from that place.
Right.
And so I thought it would be very important. And now, terrible reason for it being so important, but an important part now is people like to not have to interact as much as they did in the past. So they can go on our website, they can order online, they can pay online. We bag it, staple it, keep it secure and on the side, and people come in, grab it, and go. And so that's also helpful too as well.
Okay, great. And what's your website?
paulsdiner.com. Nice
Okay.
and easy.
All right, great. Thanks, Sal. I appreciate your time. And I love the initiative you're doing for the front line. And I'll definitely check that out on your Facebook page.
Thank you. And
All
thank you
right.
for the support. You've always been fantastic.
Okay. Thanks.